Would you smell my toenail?
Would I smell your toenail?
Yeah.
No way.
That's what I'm saying. But when it's also like when you fart, you're like, oh, that's okay. But if someone else did that to you and pulled the covers over, you wouldn't be cool with that.
Sometimes I cut my own farts.
All right.
Move your hands. You gotta like do something with them. We are going to prom for sure. Welcome to the Throwdown, guys. This is where we announce a workout and invite all of you to compete with our training think tank community.
We got tips, we got strategy, and we got Travis Mayer giving you the announcement this week.
It's so special.
Oh yeah.
This week's Throwdown workout is... I'm not gonna be able to do that for the whole time. All right, for time, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, split snatch, 135, 95, alternating legs every round. You were so confused. Just kidding, there's no split. Regular snatch, power snatch, or if you have to squat snatch it, into 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, thrusters, 135, 95. In between every single set, you'll be doing 30 double unders, finishing on double unders, going into the thrusters, and then finishing with double unders as well. So once completed the 30 double unders, that will then be time, not when you finish the thrusters. Is that good? Anything else? 13-minute time cap. You better finish in that time. What else do you want? Where is she? Bring her to me.
All right, we're about to get to the demo with Jeremiah, a new demo person for this week. But before we do, we're gonna talk about our pacing structure. We'll talk about the thrusters, the snatches, and then obviously the double unders. Those are the 3 movements in the workout.
Yeah, and then we'll also talk about the transitions, because that's
thanks for screwing that up. Yeah. Nice.
That's one of the most, well, let's just jump into it. Workout like this, and any open workout or qualifier style workout that goes back and forth between movements really quickly, the transition time becomes a huge portion of it. So in this workout, you go 10, 30, 8, 30, etc., all the way down and then back up. So there's 19 total transitions. If you can cut 1 or 2 seconds off of that, it's 19 to 38 seconds of total work time. That's literally just in being a little bit more diligent and disciplined with getting to your rope or getting to the barbell.
Yeah, I mean, some people aren't going to be able to do this. They're gonna have to manage their fatigue, and sometimes that means taking longer breaks. But if you're one of those people that is like kind of fiddling with their rope, or they drop it down and then it's in a knot, those are things you gotta start thinking about. So make sure that you're placing your rope in the same spot every single time, and then have it where your barbell's right next to your rope, where you can just kind of do like a 45 or 90-degree turn, and then get back to your snatches or your thrusters, whatever it may be.
Yeah, even if you're not somebody that can be like, you know, a top 5 games athlete would be running back and forth, grabbing the rope and starting. When we usually watch demos of people do the workout, if they have a 10-second transition, figuring out how to cut it to 8. So it's still something that they need to be mindful of.
For sure. Yeah, and then the snatches. I think there's kind of 2 ways that you can do these. The best in the world would probably go unbroken on the snatches. I mean, if this is like a games workout, you're racing, that's probably where the winner's gonna be. But the reality is most of us can't. So I think there's kind of 2 ways we can go at this. One is, if you're a good barbell cycler, start with a touch and go set of, you know, whatever your level is, 4, 6, 8, and then do a couple fast singles to finish each round. Or if you are worried about the thrusters especially, pace it with singles on the snatches, and then make sure that your transitions are a little bit faster.
Yeah, for the touch and go set, you gotta realize when you're done with the 10 and the 8, you're done with 18 of the 30 snatches already. So if you can chip into that pretty quickly, you could save a pretty good amount of time in the beginning of the workout when you're still fresh. And for the singles, especially today when I was going in that group, I had finished 8 snatches, and I wasn't like trying to be deliberately fast, but I also was like quickly getting my hands on the bar. And by the time I finished 8, the rest of the group had finished 10 and started their double unders. So being mindful of how fast your singles is still really an important thing.
And that's something that you guys can practice, and you put it in some EMOMs and work on fast singles. It is kind of an art to get back to the barbell and set up quickly and then pull again.
Yep, so we got 2 more movements. Thrusters, that one's just gonna be quick. If you can't do that unbroken in this type of a format, I think that's more of a long-term development thing that you just need to get a little stronger in the movement. And then double unders, feel like this is a major separator for people that are kind of in that second tier, that like middle tier of athletes. So the goal would be able to do this unbroken in the whole workout. Where this becomes really difficult is that like 6, 4, 2, 2, 4, 6, because
It's very dense.
Yeah, and you're just going back and forth. Basically, it's double unders, then 2 snatches, double unders. So you're just back to the rope really quickly. So those middle set of double unders, for somebody like me who's not great at jumping, became really, really difficult.
Yeah. I think you look at it 2 ways. If you're bad at double unders, then maybe you actually slow down a little bit on the snatches and the thrusters, just to make sure that you can either do fast double unders or you're not screwing up and redlining there. But if you're good at them, take advantage of that, because again, it's only 4 snatches and then 30 double unders, 2 snatches, 30 double unders, and then you're going to 2 and 4 thrusters, which everyone could do unbroken.
Yeah.
So speed up those middle rounds and then slow down as you need for the later rounds.
Yeah, so let's go watch Jeremiah do the workout. And he started, and we got the clock running.
So this is Jeremiah Brewster, one-time regional team athlete.
Yep.
And I think he took some time off from training, and now he's back.
Yeah, he had some back tweaks and I think whatever issues that arise from being an athlete, but he's been back at the gym.
So he starts off with a couple touch and goes. Obviously, this was one of the options that we had. I think what he could have done better was doing one set of 5 or 6 touch and go, and then just doing a couple fast singles. Because what happens, you'll see later on, I think the rest breaks are a little bit too long.
He did what, 4-4-2?
4-4-2.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously little things that you could critique. I have worked pretty extensively with Molly Metz trying to improve my double unders, and you know, there's some positional things he might be able to do here with his hands and his arms to make these a little tighter, and his rope looks a little bit long.
Yeah.
But obviously, whatever he's got is a pretty good rhythm because he's a pretty savage athlete, but we're always trying to find the details to make people better. Oh, and he goes back to touch and goes.
Yeah. I mean, I like that strategy. I know that all of you in the second heat did fast singles. I think touch and goes makes sense, but it has to be like immediate into singles and then try to chip away quickly at those.
Yeah, it's a balancing act. I think if you're going to actually touch and go the reps, then you need to be able to you still need the finishing gear.
Yeah,
because you can't just use all that up in the beginning portion of the workout and then not have a finishing kick to finish the back half of the workout. I mean, I didn't get to watch him. This is the first time I'm seeing it because I was judging in the frame that way, or out of the frame. Another athlete going, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. Did you get to watch?
Yeah, I was bouncing around to a couple different athletes, but I watched most of his sets, and I think, I mean, again, he's pretty good at knowing where he is, and I thought he paced pretty well, but you can see some of these transitions get a little slower than I think he would have liked.
Yeah. He also, I mean, just to be fair, and it's always kind of an unfortunate situation, just like you get put in heats and stuff, going first and then not being in a racing heat is a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
You know, like it happens at the games too all the time. You know, you see like the first heat go and you're like, oh man, that was pretty good. And then you watch the next heat go and it's like, oh, that's, 30 seconds faster.
Yep.
And then it gets to the final heat and they've just chewed out the time because you get the benefit of seeing where people made mistakes.
Yeah. That would be a fun case study to take like 100 people and tell them to do a workout, and then the next time you give them the exact score and see how many people improved.
Yeah, or a full demo of the actual workout. So he did 4-4-2, 4-4, 6 unbroken. And then this, so here's his set of
Pretty
4,
sure
right?
he does, yeah. I think he does a full set, and then obviously he touch and goes to 2s. What I was talking about is more getting back to the double unders. It's kind of settling the bar down, walking
3,
over.
4,
So what
5.
all of you did, I think what Mike did well to get a 740 is, and his double unders are just great, but he got back to the rope really, really fast each time, and then his rest break was getting back to the bar so he could do fast reps.
Yeah, so I counted, I was half watching the clock. It's about 7 seconds to get from bar to first double under. Those are the types of things, if you can make that 5 seconds on 19 transitions, you're talking about a 40-second difference almost in the workout. And then, so far he's had 2 misses in his double under sets. Obviously those things are like, they're execution errors, they happen, but those are things that if you want to put up like elite scores on these workouts, you just can't afford to miss.
Yeah, I mean, he executed this really, really well for where he's at in his training. So we're not nitpicking.
Well, we are nitpicking, but not because I could do it better.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
my score is clearly on the leaderboard.
Yeah, you can tell the rope is pretty long.
Yeah.
I get that, though, because I like a longer rope because my jumps aren't very good.
Yeah.
But it definitely is more inefficient.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, we have coaches that teach us in this sport about Olympic weightlifting, running mechanics, but oftentimes because double under just to get it is a pretty easy thing. I don't think people think about how much can be refined. But if you watch somebody like Travis do double unders who's had coaching in that movement from the beginning, you can just you can keep the effort way lower and keep your shoulders from blowing up, and the likelihood of missing becomes so much lower. So it's definitely a skill that can be refined. That would have to be something that just gets done in training. It's not gonna doing it more under pressure in Metcon is not the way to work on it, but little things over time he could probably do. And maybe setting the rope the opposite way, because he sets it in front of him, picks it up, and then steps over it. But if it's behind him and he could just pick it up and start his double unders, that might be a more efficient way to cut a second off per transition.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100% with things like double unders, or there's a couple other movements in the sport that people don't really think of because they can just do them naturally, or they can pick them up quickly.
Get likes on the gram for your double unders.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
That. And now I'm on Instagram, so I know how hard it is to get likes.
But I have people that come on site all the time and they watch someone like Travis do double unders and they think they have good double unders, and they're like, man, his are just so much faster and he's not breathing hard when he's doing them.
Yeah, I mean, he does it and he always says oh, it's like rest for me.
Yeah, which I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that the worst part of the workout was that
double unders.
Yeah, the double unders in these sets.
The shorter sets,
just right back to double unders. It felt like doing 150 double unders in basically for time in the middle of the workout. And I got to the point where I was like, I just don't want to jump anymore.
He looked strong on the thrusters.
Yeah, he looked real strong. We were actually talking about it right after me, him, and Mike. Mike can just move the barbell quicker as well.
Yeah.
And I know Jeremiah, just from an anthropometric standpoint, is a savage, more of a savage puller than front-loaded squatter. But if you can get to the point where you can do your thrusters quickly, it's a huge advantage because you're getting the reps done and then you get these built-in rest breaks as a result of just having done the work a little bit quicker. This is his six
set of eight.
8, so he's almost done with the workout.
But this is kind of the crux of the workout, right? Yeah. Now you have 18 thrusters left. We talked about, you get 18 snatches done quickly, but this now you're back up the ladder. And
so those last 2 sets are a huge portion of the thrusters.
Over half, over 50% of the thrusters, and I think this is where it kind of chewed people up too.
And you're most tired. So let's see what these transitions look like. He finished at, when that said 34, 634. And now he's going to start at 644. So again, and with a miss, so let's wait until he gets his first one. 50. Okay, so 16 seconds. Those are the we're talking about separating the cream of the crop from the rest of the cream of the crop. Yeah. We're not talking about my score. We're talking about people that are at a regional level already. The difference between what he did and what Mike did and maybe what Travis or Noah would do or somebody at a higher level is in all of these little details. It's in little transition points, not missing double unders, a little bit less time before getting on the bar, because he's obviously still working at a really fast rate and doing the athletic stuff of being able to do it touch and go. He's doing all of that stuff already. Yeah. He's already built the huge foundation. So now it's just sharpening the spear a little bit.
For sure. And I mean, we've seen it more and more now as the sport has become more popular. More people are signing up for the Open, for example. Every second or every rep does count. I mean, a couple reps, like we've said multiple times, was hundreds of spots on something like a 19-1.
Yeah, the bigger the qualifier, the more the score profiles by a second matter. Right. You can have a 10-second difference and it ends up being 50 spots. So last set of double unders, he actually, his form maintenance has been pretty good on the double unders. I mean, whatever technical flaws he has didn't get amplified as he went. Good finish, stays up. Like that, I crumbled to the ground.
I was gonna say, most people fell over, but that shows. I mean, he's a beast.
Good athlete. Thank you for demoing Jeremiah. Let's go out and I'll give you some more scores from the rest of the group. All right, so you just watched Jeremiah do the demo. His score was 805. Best score of the day was Mike at 741. Scores ranging anywhere from 741 down to 1142. So all the guys beat the cap. Small amount of girls on site today. Best time was Chelsea, a drop in at 845. Kayla was at 1242. Then Ansley was 957 at 75 pounds. Becky, 1041 at 85 pounds. Again, everyone was under the cap.
As always, we have a warm-up in the description below, and we also have movement standards in a scaled version, so if you can't do those loads or you struggle with double unders, take a look.
Yeah, speaking of movement standards, you see in the video that we have judges when we do this. If you're practicing qualifier-style workouts, it's probably a good thing that you start to get acclimated to, because it's really easy with something like double unders to miscount, or thrusters to miscount, or power snatches not to stand all the way up. So that would be good practice. We talked a little bit about long-term development with the thrusters. If you need help with coaching, you can hire a coach at TTT.
Brandon,
or
do you have any spots available?
Yeah, come on.
or check out the design. Both of those,
Are you still taking
trainingthinktank.com.
one-on-one clients?
I'm not.
You're not? But you do write the design.
I do write the design.
Yes,
and you
he
can
does.
find both the coach and the design stuff on our website. And we love you.
TrainingThinkTank.com.
Pew, pew, pew.
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, let it be known, what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.